at Mushroom Park in Stanton. It's the finish line of the cycle. It's been a rough race for me. My tyre punctured and I had to catch a ride back here. But it's not just me that didn't finish. The mayor himself actually also had an injury to his leg. It's believed that he hasn't quite finished the race. But we're seeing a lot of people coming through now. It's been a fantastic day. It's not too hot. Perfect cycling weather, but also a perfect chance for many South Africans who don't cycle a lot, who don't cycle to work, to experience South Africa's quieter roads, some of the paths that are less busy, safer to travel on. It's also a chance for South Africans to explore this idea of the corridors of freedom. The Department of Transport in Gauteng are exploring the idea of a network of corridors, of pathways throughout Johannesburg that connects our suburbs in densified populations using the Rea Vaya bus system. Of course, there's still a lot more that needs to be done when we talk about cycle infrastructure. A lot of South Africans still feel it's not safe to cycle on South Africa's roads to work. Cycle pass is one way to get past that, but that often means making the coexisting lanes that we already have much narrower to be able to accommodate these cycle paths.
In terms of the turnout and the enthusiasm, how many South Africans put their best feet forward to participate?
The organisers here say that they've had about 6,000 people that have participated, but it's difficult to say because there was no formal registrations that have taken place. As we stand at the moment, there's less than 1,000 people that have made it to the park so far, but it's still early days. Of course, the cycling fraternity in Johannesburg is a massive one, often engaged in weekend activities of Saturdays and Sundays. But this is bigger than just a normal race. In fact, this wasn't a race. Every little while during the event, there was a car at the front that held everyone back so that the rest of the pack could catch up. Because this is more about education, it's more about activism to do with cycling than it is about a race here today. We also have something called the critical mass, which is quite an interesting concept. Once a month in Braamfontein, there's a large group of cyclists that cycle through the city at night. The whole idea of a critical mass is that if there's more cyclists on South Africa's roads, there'll be more awareness. There'll also be less cars with more cyclists. So there needs to be a critical mass of people on two wheels for it to become safer. We've seen that happen in Europe. There's a lot of European capitals that rely predominantly on cycles. But of course, the big problem that we experience here in Gauteng is that the majority of our population live in Soweto, which is some 35 kilometers away from the CBD. It's a long way for people to cycle, so it's not necessarily a solution to our transport needs as it stands.